This is Monterey's Cookin Pisto Style, featuring restaurateur and master chef John Pisto.
Hi, John Pisto coming to you from Monterey, California with Monterey's Cooking Pisto Style. We're back from the market. We're gonna do chicken breasts with a brick, better known as brick chicken. Okay, here's your brick. I'm using flat bricks. You can use any kind of brick you want. Make sure it just fits into the frying pan. I know you're saying this guy's probably crazy. No, this is a real recipe. We've used it in our restaurants for a while. I do it at home. It's my daughter's favorite dish. It's one of ours. The beauty of it is it's very quick, okay? So you can get a red brick, you can get a brown brick. Don't use a rock. You gotta use a brick because you want the flat surface, okay? Remember that. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna do a little potatoes gratin with that, okay? We're gonna bake some potatoes in some stock, real nice, calorie conscious there. Right. And it goes inside. And we're gonna do the chicken breast, and we're gonna do the potatoes, and we're gonna saute some greens, and we'll put these are a Chinese green. It's kind of like a broccoli. You can eat everything. The stalk. We're gonna saute this with maybe a little bit of garlic, and we'll put the chicken on top of that. So let's get started. First thing we're gonna do is get our potatoes going, and what I'll do is you want to cut these potatoes very, very, very thin, okay? Because I want this to cook rather quickly, and we're going to pre-cook them a bit in the frying pan, and that'll bring that along real fast too. See? So be real careful when you cut fast. You don't lose a finger. Also, you can do this on a machine if you want, or a mandolin. You know, we have slicers. And another name for this chicken dish is going to be, we call 40 garlic cloves. But what I'm going to do too is I'm going to put some shallots in it too. So maybe we're going to call it 40 garlic cloves with 7 shallots. And what we're going to do is we're going to put all in the same pan, and we're going to cook them ahead of time. So all we're going to do is brown them. Okay. So these shallots have been cleaned. You could omit this. Don't omit this part. All right. Do not omit that part. We're gonna let that come up just a little bit. I just want to cook them just a tiny bit. Okay, but let's get this going now. These are potatoes. Now, this is a very nice way to do potatoes if you like those potatoes that are, you know, when you put them in the oven, the gratin. Yeah, and we're putting a little olive oil in the bottom of the dish. The frying pan, we're using a nice California oil from my buddy Modesto, Nick, and his wife Gemma, who is also a very nice cook too. You know, I also want to say hello to some other people. We have a nice guy, OJ, from Colorado that keeps writing us. He's like getting letter a day or letter a week from OJ, and it's really, really a pleasure talking to you. And everyone else who's been sending in letters, thank you very much. And I'll answer them as soon as I can. And we're getting we're getting stuff from all over. Pennsylvania and Colorado, Montana, California. That's nice. Enjoy doing that. Okay? Now you can use onion for this, but I'm using the shallot because I've got it right here. And I like the flavor of the shallot. You know, OJ, I'm gonna do pasta and meatballs for you. You asked me for a meatball recipe. I've got the best meatball recipe in the world, and I'll go meatball to meatball with anybody out there. I tell you, these are the best meatballs in the world. And my mom, she kind of showed me how to do it, but I went a couple of steps beyond it, And I'll tell you, you can't stop eating them. And then I wanted to show folks how to make a real pasta sauce using different types of meat, you know. Pork, we put pork in it, we put veal, we put beef. And it's real old-fashioned style stuff, but I wanted to show people how to do that because, you know, it's hard to get a nice dish of pasta nowadays. I'm gonna put 1 garlic clove just to flavor the potato. Now, I'm gonna use thyme again, simply because it goes so well. Now, if you cut, don't put too much, otherwise it gets bitter, folks. Okay, and we'll give it a little salt, a shot of pepper. Okay, that water is boiling. So now what we'll do is we're gonna drop those garlic cloves in there. We're gonna give them a minute, and then I'm gonna put the shallots in there. This will cut down on the frying pan. We don't want to burn them, you see. Okay, let's let them cook, and we're gonna be right back. So we're letting these boil a little bit. Let's pull those. We'll pull the garlic out. We'll give the shallot a little bit more time. This will ensure that the garlic gets cooked. Sometimes when we're putting it in the same time with the chicken, you know, because the chicken with the weight on it's going to make it cook very quickly. Okay. You see how the potatoes? We got the potatoes that are going to be pre-cooked too, practically. See that? If it starts getting a little too, we'll put a little liquid in it now. That's a little bit of chicken. We'll put a little bit of beef stock this time. And, you know, this is a recipe that I learned when I was in the south of France, outside of Saint-Tropez. A friend of ours, Patrick, brought us there. And this guy, the chef, specialized in truffles, and he would make this dish using truffles. Now, you know what truffles are? Truffles are about this size of an egg, probably pound for pound the most expensive, one of the most expensive things in the food industry. You know, they're only found in France and Italy. And he would shave truffles, maybe about half this amount would be truffles. And he would bake that in the oven. And I tell you, it was just out of this world. Now, to make this really authentic, I'm gonna have to put a piece of butter. And I'm doing that just for some flavor, okay? Look, what is that, half a teaspoon? Or half a teaspoon maybe, okay? And I'm just doing that for flavor, because I want that flavor of the butter. See all that nice smell? Okay, this guy's ready to go. Okay, we'll pull these out, and we'll reserve that. Okay, that's done. Now we're ready to put our potatoes together, because this has got to finish cooking in the oven now. Okay, turn that off. Let's put one layer down. Now if I had the truffles, I'd add the truffles right now, but I don't. So what I'll add is a little bit of Parmigiano. Okay. And I've got some nice chives. Let's add a little bit of some little chive in there. Just a little bit. Okay, put another layer. I tell you, this will make, if you like potatoes au gratin, I tell you, this is one heck of a recipe. And you know, you're speeding up the cooking, which is nice because you're cooking them halfway in the frying pan. Okay, a little bit of cheese and then layer it off. That look good? Restaurant secrets are out. This is actually, you know what it is, folks? Because I'm such a hungry guy and I like to eat so much that I hate to wait sometimes so long for stuff to cook. But this is the fast way. Okay, you put this. Put a little pepper. Now I got the stock over here. Some nice, I'm using beef stock, use chicken stock. Don't use water. You may want to use milk, but I don't. And we don't want to put too much now. Okay, so what did maybe a half a cup? Just want to have enough for this to cook. Okay, but we don't want it to dry out either. Let's give it a little bit more, maybe 3/4 of a cup. Okay. Let's put a little bit more cheese on it, and let's dot it with a couple pieces of butter for flavor so it gets nice and brown. Now, if you want to put a little breadcrumb on here, you can. That gives it a nice brown, browns it up nice. But I'll put extra cheese because it'll make it taste delicious. Okay, this is going to go in the oven, and we'll go to the next step. These are a very, very special type of a green. These are called Chinese broccoli, and I like to use them a lot because they are so good. Now, if you have a little Asian area in your town, your city, you can use any other type of green. Use collard, use mustard, any other green will work too. I'm just using this because it holds up real well and it's delicious. It's got a real nice crunch to it. Okay, so what we're doing is I'm gonna put a couple of garlic cloves in there too because it's gotta have it. And first we're gonna do is we're gonna steam it. We'll do it all one process, and it's pretty easy. Got the hot pan. We'll put that in there. Now what I do, I want to steam it first, and then we want to fry it a little bit. So, a little salt, some pepper, and don't forget the hot pepper. Gotta have it. Okay, and then what I do is I get my lid and I fill it with water. And I put it in there. And I just let it cook like that. If it needs a little bit more water, which it probably will, we'll just okay, just go like that. This is gonna cook real quickly, right? 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, this is gonna be done. Okay, you see that? All that water is evaporated. Now we're gonna give a little balsamic vinegar. And because we didn't put any oil in it, we're gonna just dress it with a little oil to make it shiny. And this is only, what is it taking? It's about 4 minutes. You want this very tender. I know it looks like pieces of sticks, but but it's not. Okay, we put this over here for now. Put a piece of tin foil over to keep it warm, and let's get our chicken ready to go. And our chicken's gonna need olive oil. We want this to get nice and hot, which it will be. Okay, and we get our chicken, and we season it. I'm gonna use some of my seasoning because I like it, and it makes it easier. Don't have to do a bunch of different ones, and I'm gonna add a little extra salt because we don't have to put a lot of salt in ours. Okay, go right into the frying pan. See that? Put a little bit more, both sides. Okay. Now you can just season this with salt and pepper if you want. I'm just doing this because I like the flavor of my own seasoning. Okay. Skin side down. See? Now, also make sure you use chicken that's been boned because the bone's going to take longer to cook, you see. And we don't want that. This is eating very quickly. Okay. This is a little filet. We'll put that in there. Okay, now this is on high heat, folks, because we want this to brown. And we want it to cook rapidly. Okay, now, here's your bricks. We're gonna give this, before we add our garlic, we're gonna wait just a little bit because we want this to get real hot. So it'll brown it. Okay, now let's put our bricks on. like this. Okay. We got this here. We'll put that in there. Shake that around a little bit. Make sure this all gets some of that oil. Now, you know, we're using this brick for the main reason is to put weight on that chicken so it cooks real fast. You see? And look how fast that's browning. Okay. Cook this side. See how nice that works? Okay, let's put the weight back on it again. You turn it, keep turning these. We want these to get nice and glazed. It's all the pan juices. The last couple of minutes, we're going to add some wine. Not yet, though. A little too early to add the wine. Okay, put our bricks back on. Okay. Okay, another couple minutes, we'll check it again. Let's see, we're gonna keep turning those garlic and the shallot. Don't want it to burn. In fact, maybe we're gonna finish the last step now. But I'm gonna put, I'm gonna use vermouth because I like all the flavors that's in vermouth. You know, a lot of herbs, spices in vermouth. That's gonna give it a whole nother flavor. Okay? Then we're going to put, see, these are nice because they're not real heavy. Sometimes those other ones are quite heavy. And see how nice that chicken cooks up? Isn't that pretty? You want this to get nice and brown. Now, I've already taken the potatoes out. You see them? These are 15 minutes because we partially cooked them in the frying pan. In 15 minutes, they're done. You see? These are cooked. Nice, huh? See, the liquid's evaporated. This will slice up really nice. Okay. Now this cooks. Maybe these will start pulling these guys out. You ever tasted a nice roasted shallot, folks? I mean, all the sugar comes out of it. The same with the garlic. It's just, you watch some of our other shows, we've done that before. Just incredible flavor. Okay, let's make a little sauce out of this now. This is a piece of the chicken that came off. I'm gonna make what I call a small sauce. And I'm gonna give a little bit of wine. And a little knob of butter. Okay? And fresh lemon juice. And, which is very important for this, is fresh oregano. Okay? Or dried oregano works just as well. Okay? And I'm doing a couple teaspoons of oregano. I want that to be okay, here. You see how that glazed up? Here. And here the skin's all nice and crunchy. Look at how this looks, huh? How's that look? Pretty darn good. All right. Put these around here. Want some of that sauce for the chicken. Just a little bit, not a lot. Because this chicken will remain moist because of the way we cooked it. All right. Okay, let's put the rest of the dish together. Here's our potatoes. You see how nice? Dried. I could have ranged these a little better, but you got to realize my cooking is very quick, and it has a lot of flavor. I believe in not keeping the people waiting. So, immediately Look, see how nice that come out? Okay. So we got the potato. And you got yourself a nice little dinner here, don't you? Look at this. You got the potato, nice with the crust on it. You got the chicken that looks very good. We're gonna taste it. And you know what we need? We also need some very nice wine. I'm selecting this time the River Ranch wine coming out of Carmel Valley, which is just down the road from us. Unfortunately, he only produces 250 cases of this. Very exclusive, very good. Any good Chardonnay will go with this dish. I'm gonna use the River. Wow, you know, Chardonnay, you gotta remember, has that beautiful butterscotch smell that comes into it, and the flowers and the just incredible aroma. Okay, let's see what we got here now. Here's my fork. So we want to taste, you see the chicken? It's not dry at all. You see that? Can you see? That's not dry. Okay, take a piece of, juicy. That's good. Little piece of shallot. Some of the vegetable, a lot of crunch. And potatoes are incredible. And then of course you finish it off with a beautiful glass of wine. And I'm in heaven.